first, son Wukong seems to master the 72 transformations. He even slays the mischief-making Demon King, saving his fellow monkeys. Looking superficially, it appears that Wukong has become very powerful. Li Zhuowu, the great Ming commentator, saw something deeper. Wukong knows how to subdue outer demons, but does not yet know how to look within. And so Li Zhuowu writes plainly, because he cannot seek inward, he will cause trouble in the future. The true danger is not the Demon King, but in Wukong's own heart. At the cave of the 3 stars on Mount Fangsun, Wukong studies under Patriarch Subodhi, also known as Patriarch Bodhi. Wukong's understanding is sharp, his learning quick and lively. Seeing his natural talent, the Patriarch teaches him transformation arts, the 72 earthly transformations. Yet Wukong carries a lot of weaknesses. He enjoys showing off and expresses himself outwardly. He learns techniques easily, but has not yet learned restraint. The novel describes the key moment that this flaw is revealed. When his fellow disciples ask him to demonstrate, Wukong immediately complies and turns into a pine tree. This one display is enough for the Patriarch to see a deeper issue. Wukong's pine tree transformation carries no ill intent. He is simply responding to the curiosity of his peers. But magical arts and powers have strict rules. The Patriarch has just taught him the formula and warned him not to reveal it. Wukong, without thinking, performs it openly. The Patriarch appears instantly and scolds him. "You monkey, you must not act recklessly." Wukong does not understand his mistake. The Patriarch warns him again. This teaching must not be told to others. If you pass it on, you'll bring disaster upon yourself. Here is the most important truth of this chapter. Wukong knows the art, but does not yet know how to guard it. Li Zhuowu observes sharply. This tiny outward act already plants the seed of all later calamities. The Patriarch sees Wukong's core nature clearly. He is not suited for secluded, quiet cultivation. His path is to enter the human world and endure trials. In the cave of 3 stars, time moves slowly and peacefully. There is no conflict, no danger, no pushing force to mold one's character. Meanwhile, in the mortal realm, time moves faster. Wukong just showed off and was sent back home for a while. Flower Fruit Mountain and his monkeys have been bullied by the demon for 2 years. Different realms have different flows of time. Wukong's true cultivation must take place in the noisy, troubled world, not on a light and quiet mountain. Wukong rushes back home riding the clouds. Many little monkeys were seized by the mischief-making Demon King. When the surviving monkeys see Wukong return, they rejoice and run to greet him, gladly telling him all that had happened. Upon hearing that his troop was bullied, Wukong grows furious. He strides straight into the demon's lair. The battle is simple and decisive. He kills the Demon King. Wukong's loyalty and courage shine brightly here. Yet Li Zhuowu points out another truth. Wukong only conquers the outer demon, but does not reflect inward. He can save the monkeys, yet he cannot see that before he left the mountain, his own heart had already shown a small outward impulse that would one day grow into greater trouble. Wukong has just learned supernatural skills. His abilities have risen by 1 level. But as his skills rise, tests rise too. He learns an ability. Immediately, he violates the rule. He returns home only to face a Demon King straight away. In this, we see that when he displays his power, he immediately meets events that pressed against his nature. Thus, later generations use the saying, 1 foot of Tao, 10 feet of demon. Not that demons are truly stronger. The inner meaning is that each rise in ability or power brings a rise in challenge, a test. The novel's meaning is simple. Wukong's powers grow, but his inner foundation remains thin. At the end of Chapter 2, Li Zhuowu summarizes the entire matter. Because he cannot seek inward, he will cause trouble in the future. This is not to blame. It is an observation and a diagnosis. Wukong knows how to fight demons, rescue his troop, use his abilities, but he does not yet know how to examine the impulse behind his own actions. And so his later mischief at the Dragon Palace in heaven and ultimately on the Five Elements Mountain all originate from this small moment. When the imprisoned monkeys are rescued, they cheer, and the novel says they recognize their home. Li Zhuowu adds a deeper line: the coming and going of life is but within the cycle. Wukong has returned to Flower Fruit Mountain, but has not yet stepped beyond the turning of fate. Li Zhuowu further observes, with their feet on solid ground, he recognizes home. In this moment, Wukong shows a brief, fleeting steadiness, and Li Zhuowu concludes, this is the true scene of extinguishing demons and approaching the path. It is only a moment, not a final attainment. In this chapter, Wukong has mastered techniques but not yet gained depth. He subdues the outer demon, yet does not see the small impulse within himself. The mischief-making demon king dies under his staff, but the seed of future unrest remains alive in Wukong's nature. This chapter is Wukong's first lesson in character, and the quiet beginning of all the trials to come. The idea that the righteous path is 1 foot high, but the demonic path is 10 feet high, is impossible from the perspective of a true cultivator. According to Falun Dafa, the demonic path can never surpass the righteous path. When a cultivator has the Fa, the way, in their hearts, with a single righteous thought, evil crumbles. Demons are nothing. With righteous thoughts in your heart, you can see through illusions, and tribulations will be fewer, corrupt things will be destroyed, and light will shine brightly.